you today?
If you don't know, Panah is a former MCP of ISEC for Azerbaijan.
Hey Isaac! Oh God, it feels so different to be back to ISEC after such a long time. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Panah. And I have a different way of presentation today. I graduated from Ada University. I was in ISEC for 5 years. I worked for some time in OC. If you don't know, you know ATAT. Yeah. And then before actually coming here, I was in India for 1 year working in Tata Consultancy Services, which is one of the 2 biggest IT companies in the world. And I was working there as a national coordinator for ACE program, a program that brings more than 100 interns from different countries to India to work in Tata Consultancy Services. And hopefully, after this conference, I'm going to Belgium. I actually, like 15 minutes ago, got a news that my passport is out of the consulate. And let's have wine for that. Okay, in case you want some wine. So yeah, I mean, now looking at myself, I could say that I'm a pretty lucky person or a privileged person. But if you go back to 6 years ago or 7 years ago to a person who I was a totally different person. I remember the first time I came to ISEC in 4th generation in 2012. I came to this first meeting of ISEC, and in first meeting of ISEC, I remember I was sitting there and they introduced local committee president, LCP. And they applauded her, and when she came inside, I was looking at her and I was like, oh my God, can I ever be someone like her? Can I ever be in leadership board of this organization? And then in 2012, I went to internship in Ukraine. I don't know why, but sometimes people laugh at it when I say about it. And then I came back from internship. I applied for LCVPTM. I failed. And I was pissed. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna show you who I am. I went back to my university. I persuaded 20 people to go on internship to Poland. And I matched them all to Poland. But back then there was no isec.org, it was myisec.net. So you had to persuade people, you had to take their interview. After you take their interview, you had to open an account for them on myisec.net, get in touch with ISEC in Poland, try to match them there, and once they are matched, just send them there. After I did that, a lot of things changed in my life, and ISEC transformed me. So I'm going to tell you a story of how ISEC transformed me, and I'm going to tell it to you from 2 different perspectives. I'm going to tell it to you from a perspective of how ISEC transformed me and my opinion of it before I went to India, before I worked in one of the biggest companies in the world, and before I had that mature professional experience. And then I'm going to tell you the second part of the story, which is after I came back from India, and after having that experience, what I realized about what ISEC has given me. So coming to before India and getting back a little bit to my Poland story, I came back from Poland, and because I matched 20 people, and in my OGX department, the overall number of exchanges were 37. So it means I myself alone did more exchanges than the whole department. They gave me the best member of LC, best member of ISEC in Azerbaijan, best member of OGX, best member of TM. So at home I have like bunch of certificates of best members that I never got to use them. However, after that experience I apply and I become LCP of LC Baku ADA. And back then that was called LC Baku Khazar, by the way. Basically, I became an LCP. You want me to take my shirt off? Maybe after the gala. during the party. So basically, okay, guys, come on! I haven't been to ISEC for 1 year. It's my first public speaking of ISEC after 1 year. So mainly, after I came back, after I became an LCP, I became an MCVP. After I became an MCVP, I became an MCP. So this 5 years of experience in ISEC gave me tremendous amount of personal development, personal growth, and I became a guy from that guy who was sitting on first meeting of ISEC and dreaming if I could ever become one of these guys in leadership board. I became a person who led this organization after a few years and who actually contributed a lot in driving this organization to grow. We will come to that part a little bit later. But why I'm telling you these things is because in these 5 years, I realized that ISEC has given me a lot. And ISEC has given me things like confidence, things like communication skills. It has given me self-awareness, networking, personal management, and general life sense. Why I'm telling you general life sense is because here in this country, fortunately or unfortunately, but most probably unfortunately, in schools and in universities, you don't get to learn many things that you need in life, like writing a simple email, or making a proposal, or communicating to someone, or self-awareness, or knowing your strengths and weaknesses. And these are the skills that does not matter you are an engineer, you are a manager, you work in oil company, or you work in tech industry, or you are a manager or a CEO, does not matter whoever you are in life, there are soft skills that you need in life. You are a parent, you are a kid, whoever you are, there are some things that you have got to have in life. And these are the things like communication, blah, blah, blah. So these are the soft skills. And this was the biggest realization I thought I had before I went to India, because I was in ISEC for 5 years. I got to be in different positions. I got to travel to many places. I got to attend conferences in headquarters of United Nations, in Asian Development Bank. I got to travel to 20 different countries with ISEC, from Taiwan to Portugal, Morocco, blah, 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 blah. But then what happened is that I went to India exactly last year, a little bit before this time, which was around July. So I went to India and I started to work in the second biggest IT company in the world that has a train passing by. So I went to India and I started to work in a company. I got to know many different people. I got to work in a corporate